So, this empty nester, glad to have his freedom. Living alone, he's dating, son's getting married. Take a look.
Son is getting married. He's 24. And yeah, sure. Yes. I just think it's funny because when he was 23, he got engaged. And I go, you think you're a little young to get engaged? And he goes, I don't know. You think you're a little old to be a boyfriend? We will see you at the wedding, my man.
That's a sneak peek at the newly released comedy special, Empty Nester, from our next guest, comedian and podcast host Chad Daniels. So good morning to you. I know you didn't really get much sleep last night, so we're so glad you're here this morning.
No, everybody's like, oh, comedian not getting sleep. You must have been partying.
I know.
No, ground stop.
Not
Ground
so
stop
much.
in New York.
But Empty Nester, you have two kids. Well,
Yes.
You said your son was engaged. He's married now.
He's married now, yeah.
And your daughter's in college.
She is.
True empty nester life. How you
Yeah.
liking it?
I was terrified at first because when I dropped my daughter off at school, I went home and I called my mom and I'm like, so am I just done being a parent now? And she was like, well, you just called me, dum-dum.
Yeah,
I
right.
was like, I guess it doesn't stop. All right,
True.
we'll see how it
It's
goes.
just a different version of what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So, in the special, what's the mood? What are we talking about?
Just basically talking about the shift in life, you know,
Okay.
because I had, raised the kids for forever and ever, and everybody talks about parents leaving their children, but nobody really talks about the children abandoning their parents for their life.
Right.
You know, that's what my daughter says. She
dare they?
goes, I'm just out here living my life, Dad. And I'm like, well, I'm paying your tuition, so why don't you call me?
But you kind of like it. Part of the being an empty nester with the dating life and having
Yeah, I
friends over.
got one of these fancy girlfriends now.
You know, what did you find her on the app?
No, I've never been on an app.
Okay.
I think I missed that part.
Yeah.
Because I was married
yeah,
for a
miss-
long time, and then that didn't work out, and so then, but I never went on an app, and
Yeah.
she's also a comedian.
Look at
Oh.
this.
Yeah, so it worked out great.
So this is the same woman who has the allergies.
This is the
Or is
same
this
one. Oh yeah. With the peanut. Like peanut butter's been my favorite food forever,
You can't eat
and
it.
now I can't have it
Can't
because
eat
of
it.
her.
Yeah.
Because you
she-
talk about it in the comedy
Yeah,
special.
on our first date, she goes, peanuts can kill me. Dairy makes me crap my pants. And I said, well, now I know
love
if you
you.
accidentally have dairy, I can just give you a peanut to stop the madness.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
And so, okay, so how's that? Success, obviously.
Success, we just moved in, bought a house.
Look at this.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all,
Here's the
it's
thing,
all happening.
when you get two comedians in a room, do you guys are you just not funny with each other?
Non-stop fighting. No, it's, it's what you would think it is. Like,
Yeah.
we roast each other, but also
Right.
we're in a relationship, so I have serious conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she asked me, she goes, what do you think about having kids? And I was like, well, I have kids.
Yeah.
And she said, well, what if I want kids? I was like, you should have brought some kids. My son's going to be 25 tomorrow, and my youngest is 20, so I'm not having any more babies.
Yeah.
Think about what you bring to the table, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, if I had a kid now, that would be like my last day of prison, going into the yard and stabbing somebody.
Oh my God.
Like, well, here we go again. Another life sentence.
Oh, do you test each other's, your comedy acts, like your jokes with each other? Like, is this funny? Is this
We
funny?
don't really, but there was one time we did a show together. It's called Notebook Rebuttal, where she would go up and tell a joke about me, and then I was on stage. So when she was done, I had a chance to tell my side of it. And that was pretty fun, because normally that doesn't happen.
Right.
No.
So we're up there just like, and another thing. It was very fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
When the comedy special, obviously, I always like to ask folks that do the specials, do you prepare differently knowing that there's cameras in the room because you're playing to a larger than just the intimate audience that you usually are playing to, right? You got these cameras in the room, so does it change the dynamic for you?
Not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does for other people,
Yeah.
but it doesn't for me. It's like, when these guys go to the playoffs, and it's like, it's the same game. It's
Yeah.
not like they threw a basketball down on the ice.
Right.
Right? They're still hitting the puck around, so it's kind of the same thing.
That'd be
Something
fun though
that's-
if they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
really, it really would be.
It's like, okay, now we're talking. Let's see these guys do this.
Right.
But it's nice to see people in front of you. Is it different when you do your podcast then? Because you do a podcast.
Yeah, it's a little different. I mean, I do one with my buddy called Middle of Somewhere, and that we're in different places. So we're doing that over Zoom, and then I do one with my girlfriend Kelsey called Pretend Problems, and that's not. It's like we're just trying to get each other to laugh, not worried about the list, because we do listener questions and all that kind of stuff.
What's a pretend problem?
A pretend problem is, I don't know. We don't like the same pizza.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
people write in and we kind of go like, all right, why don't you relax about this thing? Because they get pretty intense about,
Yeah.
non-problems.
Right. So you just moved into the house purchase?
Yeah, so I guess September will be 1 year that we've lived together, and then August 1st will be 2 years that we've been dating.
Okay.
Oh,
We're doing things backwards. My whole family is out of whack. Like I bought a house before I got married. My daughter is 20. She has been dating her boyfriend for 5 years.
Yeah.
She's in the longest relationship out of her immediate family.
Right. Right.
And she's 20, so
Right.
we're like, how do you do it? How do you
Yeah.
keep a relationship together? Going to her for advice. She's like, TikTok dances, you guys. You gotta do TikTok dances.
Well, I got to watch your special. It's great. I love it.
Well, thank you.
So glad that you're here today. It's
Yeah,
great to
thanks
meet
for
you.
having me.
Yeah. Thank you for still coming, even though you were ground stopped and you got no sleep. So we appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Wouldn't
Go
have
take a
missed
nap.
it. Yeah, I'm going to.